Yesterday we were at the allotment for 5 hours, 2 of us, so we did get cracking, but I have to say we dealt with mainly plot 2 and started tackling weeding and harvesting and all that kind of stuff. So when I got home I then tackled all the harvesting and dealt with all the food prep and made more tomato sauce, and so it was kind of a full day at it yesterday. And today I'm going for another 4 hours, but just on my own. Well, 3 to 4 hours is the plan. And I will work on plot 1. And we will have broke his back then, weeding wise and harvesting wise. Well, I feel like we will have broke his back. There's always going to be work to do, but I feel like we will have tackled the majority of the huge areas of weeds. I've started tying up tomatoes, and I've cut the 2 plants back in the greenhouse at plot 2 of tomatoes that had got the blossom end rot, because I am getting more tomatoes coming with the blossom end rot. So I've chopped them right back and removed any tomatoes that had got any signs of blossom end rot. So that's just left small plants now, really. And I've tried to start putting the melons onto something as protection. Where they're laying on the floor, I've started putting them on bricks or just something just to get them off the soil. So I will tag some footage onto this of where we've got to, what we've done, and today I will film grafting. I will film what I get up to today, but mainly it's about weeding and composting and quite a lot of melons. At least 4 that I can see. So these tomatoes here have got blossom end rot, and it won't seem to go away. So I have chopped them right back. A bit of bindweed, I've missed that. And I'll see if that improves anything. It's hugely 35-40 degrees with the door open. So let's start from the beginning so that you can see where we've been, because we have done masses over the last few days. So this is a start. For anybody that's been here before, you'll know how bad that was. There was a bramble there that had overtook that bed. So we started cardboarding down. That's the path, so technically speaking that's not my plot. If I wanted to fence off, that's where I'd fence. And then we move all the way down to around the greenhouse. We've not pulled masses out, but bits where the cardboard has started to rot down. Runners that are starting to come from the strawberries and stuff. We've just been tidying up. So this is all the way down the path. And then we kind of stopped here because we never got to do the edge up there. The beetroot needs, the leaves can be used as compost, mulch, whatever. This area is still rotting down, and I don't want to put any of this dried grass back into it. So I'm waiting for it to all die, which is happening. And then there's obviously 2 doors underneath there that I'll lift up, and that soil should be good. We've added more rabbit manure, mulch, branches, and we've trimmed and done all the pathways. I've got 3 pumpkins in there. The only one really that looks healthy is that one there, and that is the one that I purchased. courgettes have got powdery mildew. I'm actually going to take that one out as well. So I've actually took them out. The tomatoes on we're working. We are working on the tomatoes bit by bit. It's like staking, trimming, but there's a lot of damage like this on the tomatoes. So I presume it's because they're too close to the ground. We've tidied up the green beans, so that's the next succession sowing of dwarf. I think they're called safari. And I've just put the wire there to stop the pigeons eating them. Seems to be working. And what we'll do for a minute is we'll talk about the bindweed. This area here all started off like that. It had taken over the strawberries, and what you could do, you can see what we've taken out. I've started laying down the cardboard, but you can see what we've been doing. Piles and piles and piles of bindweed. And I think you could get a digger and a rotavator, but you know what, I think would make the situation a million times worse, because I think you have just literally got to keep pulling it out. So this is the next area we did. We moved all the shed that we're going to use for fencing. This water butt was leaking, so we had to empty that. And that's now empty, and we're waiting for some more rain. We tidied up this area, composted a load more stuff, pulled the bindweed out of the wildlife area and left the nettles in. We've still got these two courgettes, and they don't appear to be suffering with the mildew as yet. But of course they're not growing with tomatoes, so peas are about finished. I'm not going to worry too much about peas. And then we worked on this area, so what I did was I put a mulch, branches and wood. Let's have that. So I've worked on all this area here. Put down cardboard, put down slab to hold it back, put down rabbit manure. Started digging because that's the tree root to the sycamore we took out. And I've worked on that for what will be the fruit bed area. Didn't get to do that bit there, but what I think is important is that we don't make this bindweed issue worse, and the bindweed seems to be contained between the greenhouse and the end of the boundary, so the path. So it's this area. It is all the way up. It's also growing in between the pathways, but it's basically that area there. So we're just going to keep pulling it out. We're going to dig it up bit by bit and get out as much as we possibly can. If we don't, It will keep coming back. I think we'll top and drop the peas because the roots will be good. So we've watered the greenhouse while we were here, and now we go to plot 2. I think you can get the picture, really, of where we've got to, and that we have made a massive impact. It's literally just this area that we've got to work on now. It's took about, I think when I worked it out, we've been here about 8 hours in total working on it. And there's still obviously bits more digging and stuff that we haven't bought the car today, or I'd take that kale out. But what I do want to show you, you can hear a kettle going. Is look at this one. I met them yesterday. There's a family of about 3. Two young lads. And yeah, look what they've done already. In just a day. These have had this a year. And here we are at mine. Whew. I did bring, from mowing the lawn the other day, a load of grass, and I put it on top of these tomatoes. And it does seem to be helping. But what I'm going to do while I'm doing stuff is I'm going to put my microphone on, and I'm going to stick you on a tripod.